In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how I made this simple coffee shop landing page using Symbols, which is a platform that allows developers to build web projects 10 times faster with a 100% reusable design system. Think of it like Figma, but for developers. So in order to access the platform, you need to first sign up. So we'll come here to the Create an Account button. And then there is three ways that you can create your account currently. So you can sign in with Google or GitHub, so these accounts that you already have, or you can create an account with your email. So for this option, you need to fill this form with your email, name, and the chosen password. And when you click sign up, you'll receive an email to confirm that this is actually your email, and then you'll be able to log in. Since I already have an account, I'll just come here to the sign in part and click sign in. And so this is my dashboard where I have all of my projects and I'll start a new one. So I'll click here on the new project button. And now I get to choose the name for my project. So it'll be a coffee shop called Coffeeland. So I'll have this name for it, Coffeeland. And I can choose the website link using the symbols domain here. I'll leave it as is. And I can choose it if it's private or public. I'll leave it private. And I can add an icon for my project. I won't at this point, but you can do this. So I'll create my project. It takes a little while. So this is my canvas. So it's the place where I can build my project in. So it has a mini tutorial here of steps you can take. And it tells us to start by creating a component. So in order to do that page, I need a title. So I'll create a component called title. Once I do, I can see my component here. It has nothing in it at this point. And here is the code for my component, so I can write code in here. But for the code, we will use a low-code JavaScript-based framework called DomQL, which is made by Symbols, and it is specifically designed for high reusability. With it, we can unify basically HTML, CSS, and JavaScript into one single object tree. So we don't have to use a lot of different syntaxes for this project. And it gives us the ability to override properties without having to worry about external APIs. And when we make changes in the project, you'll see that the design automatically adjusts responsively to these changes. So let's start by making this one component that is our title. So let's start by putting an H1, which will have a text, and I'll say something like hello world. Oops. And then it shows here on my screen, so I can see here I can zoom in, zoom out, pan here so that I can see more things. And if I want to go back to the code, I can click here on the title and choose this option for editing the code. So I can keep writing here. And I can say that the text align will be center as well, so that the text is centered. And now you might ask, like, where do I learn about DomQL? So we have a documentation that you can refer to. You can either click here on this question mark, and you'll find question marks throughout the whole platform so that you can access them. And you can come here to help, and that'll take you to our docs as well. So for the DomQL part and the properties that you're allowed to use, you can come here to the API overview, and it will provide you with some very useful examples that you can refer to while you're coding. So we have a very extensive documentation, and please take a look at it after you watch this video. Well, for now, let's continue with our example. So we have this component, and now I want to put it in a page. So let's add a page. I'll call it home. It's my home page. And then again, I get this black screen in which it'll appear and the code for this page. So if I want to add the title component here, all I have to do is say title and put an empty object after that. In this object, I can put some properties for my title, but if I simply want to put it as is in here, it appears right on my page. Let's change this text. So the component is reusable. I just put a generic text in there, like hello world, but I can change the text in it. So inside of my title, I have an h1 component, so the h1 tag here. So in order for me to be able to use the text inside the h1, I also have to use it here. So going back to my home, I'll say title, h1, and then inside of it, I'll have my text, which will be coffee land. And now my text has changed. So this is how my page looks like. And if you see here, now I have the page in here and the component here on the right. It kind of shows all of the things that I have built in this Canva visually so that you can interact with them. And then I can make my own components as I did here, but Symbols also has a library of components that you can use. So if you click here on those squares that we have, there are a lot of components. I can keep scrolling here for a long time. All sorts of components you can use. I'll pick a simple one for us to begin. This heading one, for example. Let's put it here. I just drag and drop it in my canvas and it shows right here. And then in my components list, you can see that I have this new one, the H group. And inside of it, I have some properties like the gap, the size of the gap. I have an H text, which is an H2 tag. It has some line height. I have the paragraph. So I can see everything visually here, but I also can see the code for this component. So if I click here with the right button and edit code, then I can see all of the code for it. So it has these properties, and inside of it, I have a tag h2 for the bigger text and the paragraph tag for the smaller one. And then I can use it in my page. So let's go back to our home page. Here we have the coffee land, and then I'll edit the code for it. And now we can add the H group component that we just saw here. So it has this heading and this paragraph. So for the heading, I can change the text. So let's say hot coffee always or something like that. And then I can do the same for the paragraph. So I'll take this other object and put a text in here like, come visit us anytime. We'd love to serve you some hot coffee. And then we have the text here updated on our screen. So everything you can customize all of the components either through the component itself, so we can change the code for it, but you can also just change the content, so put a different text in it, or if we're talking about images, you can put a different image in it, so all of the good stuff. So now let's get another component. So I'll go here to the components menu and I'll look for an image component so that I can put a nice coffee picture here. So here I have one and I'll drag it and drop here. So I have it. And now it's called banner image. I'll add it to my home screen. So edit code. So let's put it here. It's the banner image. And then it shows with this placeholder image, but that's not the image I want. I want my own coffee picture. So first of all, I'll change the position. I'll put it in the middle of the texts as such. And now let's upload an image so that we can change this one. So for that, I will go here to the file section And I'll update an image called coffee the png, I think, and I'll upload it by clicking here and choosing my image. It's actually a JPEG. So I'll add the image, and now I have it available for me to use here. Now, how do I change the image on my page for this component? So let's see how the component is built. So the banner image, I'll open the code. It has properties, and inside those properties we have the source with the image that it currently has. So I'll just go to my page, edit the code, and in banner image, I'll have inside the props the source property, in which I'll put my coffee. Oh, with the name that I chose for it when I uploaded it, and here it is. I can see the image for my hot coffee and cakes and everything in here. So this is how we can change the image content here. And this is basically the page that I showed you at the beginning, but there is a difference. Let's close these windows. This text was another color, so we have the color section here, for example, and they are following this white color. But if I were to change this, let's say I want to have a more brown coffee-like color. You can see that every one of my components, including the ones that I imported from the Symbols platform, they change the color as well. So this is how our design system works, and it helps you keep your project consistent. You can change the colors, change the sizes, the fonts, and you can customize it to your liking. So this is one cool thing. It gets applied to all of your components. It doesn't matter if you created it or if it was one of our components. And the other cool thing we can do is to preview our website. So here is how it looks. And I can preview it in different sizes of devices. So on a smaller phone like this, it looks a little squished, so we can add some margins here to make it look better, but we can see it on different sizes of screens to test it. So right now let's go back to the page here. I'll open again the code for it. So here on the home page, we can edit the code. And what I'm going to do is put everything inside of a Flexbox so that we can arrange the items, centralize them, and put some nice margin around it. So I'll cut all of it, and I'll use the Flex. And then here I'll add a margin of A. And this A is a size. You can go to our docs. Let's go back here to the design system part. In the spacing section, it shows what these letters mean, how you can adapt them. So this design system will show you how to deal with colors, typography, and all of the good stuff that I told you that you could change. So going back to our website, I chose this A margin. And now if you put it in the mobile view now, we'll be able to see that it has no margin because I wrote it wrong. So margin. And now it has a little margin here on the side. So you can make it better, and you can test in different sizes of devices. So this is how our coffee shop landing page looks like. I hope you liked this tutorial. Please refer to our docs if you have any doubts, and you can also reach out to us in our Discord server.